Please rate this podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Amazon, and become a recurring supporter at membership.ringsidereport.net.
Okay. AJ Lee back on SmackDown. We got news for Wrestlepalooza and AEW counter-programming the counter-programming. Let's light it up tonight. Johnny North.
So I guess you're excited about AJ Lee coming back? You're all happy?
I like AJ Lee, yeah. Yeah. Sure. I guess you're not.
Okay.
I mean,
I'm not excited. I'm not blown away by this. It's like, okay, that's nice. She's back. Great. I can't say like a match that really stands out where I'm like, oh, that was an amazing match from AJ Lee. I can't think of any off the top of my head. Like, good promo. You know, character was kind of okay. It fit the story with Bryan Danielson and CM Punk at the time and Kane. That was fun. That was about it. It had its moment. It peaked. And then she just kind of did the same thing over and over again afterwards. But good for her. Like, Chicago loved her. I'm sure people will love her at Wrestlepalooza, but to tell me, like, oh, get excited to watch Seth Rollins, Becky Lynch against CM Punk and AJ Lee? No way. I'm not excited for that at all.
well, who did AJ really wrestle during her time in WWE? That's my main question. I mean, it was a lot of, the Bella Twins and Paige. Cameron. I mean, early Naomi. Like, she didn't have the best opponents. And I'd like to see her. I'd like to see her up against, Becky and some of the modern talents. I think it could be interesting. What?
Well, I remember you back in the day. You were like, "Oh, Caitlyn versus AJ Lee. This is going to be exciting." It was not exciting whatsoever.
It was exciting for
Wolf
many
tickets.
There was
Wolf tickets on that one.
There was a history there with the Tough Enough. I think they were on, right?
That was a horrible tough. That was terrible. That stuff was on the internet.
Or was
back
it? No,
then.
it was
That
NXT, right? No, it was NXT. I'm thinking it was
bad.
Tough Enough because it was like a competition style, but it was NXT that they were on together, right?
I wasn't a fan. I remember you told me about it a couple times. I saw some clips. I never wanted to watch it.
I liked it. I remember early NXT. I liked it. It was like not what it is today, obviously. It was like a separate show. It was like a one, and they had new people, and they had competitions. It was weird. I liked it because it was weird.
I didn't like it mainly because commentary was burying it all the time. So it's like, why am I going to watch this if the people who are commentating on this don't even like it, clearly?
Yeah, it's not a bad point. But commentary burying it was kind of half the fun. Anyways, that's where AJ Lee came from. There were moments. Derek Bateman and Johnny Curtis had quite a thing going with Maxine.
Maxine, yeah. I think it was Maxine, yeah.
That was a fun little run they had. I enjoyed some parts of NXT, and we got some great talents out of there. We got the Ryback, Wade Barrett, AJ Lee, Naomi.
I think Byron Saxton.
I think the women won NXT more than the men, right? AJ Lee and Naomi. The men have Byron Saxton and Wade Barrett, and the Ryback. Bray Wyatt too, though, wasn't he?
I want to say Titus O'Neil as well.
Husky Harris was on NXT.
Right, yeah.
Anyways. I just feel like AJ was in a different era. She had some skills, she had some talent and athleticism, and I'd like to see what she could do against Becky. That said, I'm not expecting anything unbelievable, right?
I mean,
But
you watch Becky's match on Sunday, and you're going to tell me you're excited for a Becky Lynch match again? Like that was easily the worst match Clash in Paris.
It was not good. Doubt. It was not good. Nikki Bella.
It wasn't all Nikki though. Like no. Becky didn't help in some moments there.
It was rough. I don't know. Am I excited for AJ and Punk versus Becky and Seth at Wrestlepalooza? Not as much as I'm excited for Brock and Cena. And yeah, I'm not very hyped for that. The Punk-Seth feud, honestly, at this point, feels done. I'm over it.
It's tired.
Yeah. How long are they going to hate each other? Could we just move on? I know they had the whole thing at SummerSlam? When did Punk beat Gunther for the belt? SummerSlam?
That's right.
Yeah. And then Seth cashed in and took the belt, and Punk's mad because he was champion, and he's always hated Seth, and they have this whole long-standing grievance against each other. But, could they do other things? And now they got their wives involved. It's just I feel like this match should have been at the beginning of the thing instead of towards the end or middle or wherever we are. Feels like we're still maybe in the beginning stages because they're dragging it. So, it's not that I'm not excited about AJ. I'm not excited about Punk and Seth. I think that's the root of my lack of enthusiasm for this. It's just that I feel that I've seen Punk and Seth. I've seen them do their thing. I've seen them wrestle a bunch of matches now. And, they can move on. They can start moving on. How much can they say about each other?
Well, it's just putting a different spin on something they've already done, but they need to get people excited for this, like PLE that came out of absolute nowhere. So let's give them a match that no one's seen in for so long with AJ Lee actually wrestling. To give that some sort of special attraction. Whether it's good or bad, it doesn't really matter. It's just to get people to watch.
Yeah, and I think people will watch because AJ Lee is somebody we haven't seen in many years, and people have been wanting her to return. Right? She's always a name that people talk about. She got a huge pop in Chicago. It's where she lives. It's where her husband is from. Her husband, CM Punk. And, people love AJ. I love AJ. I think she's great. I think she'll be fun. I think the slap she did on Becky was pretty good. I didn't love how much skipping around the ring she was doing for somebody who was coming out for revenge. She gave Becky loads of time to just run away, but instead just kind of sat around. Becky actually attacked her, and then the brawl was on, and AJ beat her up a bit, hit a Thez press, and then slapped Becky, and Becky rolled out of the ring after that. And we're all assuming that we'll see Seth and Becky versus Punk and AJ at Wrestlepalooza. I hope they don't drag it further, but you never know. I don't know what this means for AJ Lee. Is this a full-time return? Is this a one-off? Is she just working the tag, or is she back?
I wouldn't be surprised if we see more. I just wasn't a huge fan of Becky's overreaction. How she was it's fine to be shocked, but she seemed scared. And I'm sorry, AJ Lee does not look intimidating whatsoever. Like if I'm Becky Lynch, there's no reason why you should be intimidated. It's ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense.
Well, she may be afraid of her skills. Just because she's a little bit bigger than AJ. I mean, Becky may fear, look what happened to her, John. She got beat up and slapped out of the ring. Why wouldn't she be afraid? AJ just completely destroyed Becky in their one physical interaction.
Yeah, that happened. And again, I thought it was ridiculous, and I'm not a big fan of this. Not looking forward to this at all. And it's funny, people are like, "Oh, I can't wait for this. This is going to be exciting. This should be great." I believe WWE actually spoiled it, or one of their like X accounts spoiled it, I guess, before it even happened tonight. So you knew it was happening because they already said the AJ Lee merch is coming.
Mm-hmm.
So, and everyone expected it, and I still wasn't impressed. I don't think I'm going to be impressed by this, but it's going to happen, and we'll just have to get through another match.
I think it'll be whatever. We'll see what this means for AJ's future. Does Punk win the belt in the end, or is this just a feud with Seth for now? Is this leading to anything?
Super chat.
I mean, I expect there's going to be another match, right? You expect that Punk and Seth will have another match. I'm not thinking Punk's going to win the title, though, because they gave him the title, and I think that was it. It didn't last long, but he had his moment. I think that's it with this, unless there's some sort of other run they're going to give him. I don't see anything else, but I have a feeling Punk is happy the fact that his wife's with him, so I don't think titles really matter that much. I think being with his wife, I think, is far more important. Like if you're a fan watching, if you were just watching WWE and didn't really pay attention, which probably a lot of people should, like what goes on behind the scenes, like this is kind of like a full circle moment in a sense. If you're a Punk fan, you always wanted Punk and AJ on screen together. You finally got it tonight.
Yeah. Has that been I'm a Punk fan, That's not been a desire of mine, being like, oh, wow, I wish Punk and AJ could team up.
I think for a lot of people, they wanted to see, because they actually got married, right? And they only kind of teased them being together with that whole three-way stuff with Kane and Bryan. So now, hey, don't overdo stuff. You remember what happened with all that stuff. Don't go all freaking out and all this stuff.
Hold on a minute, player.
There's no freaking out. Go back to 2012.
Harold Schneider says, I'm happy to have AJ back, but your AJ might be confused by all of this AJ debate. Thank you, Harold, for the super chat. Good point. AJ DeLesio, AJ Styles, AJ Lee. F, Mary, kill, John.
You're talking about which ones again?
AJ
DeLesio,
Lee, AJ Styles, AJ DeLesio. F, Mary, kill.
I mean, that's rough to kill any of them, to be honest. Like, as much as I'm not a big fan of AJ Lee, I wouldn't want to...
It's a game, John. You have to play it with the AJs.
Wow. That's a rough one, actually.
I think that's an easy one. Easy one for me. First of all, you're killing AJ DeLesio, obviously. You're marrying AJ Lee, and you're effing AJ Styles. Because he'd hate it. He'd be so mad. There's that clip of him, AJ, what do you think about all the support you have in the gay community? The gay community? He's like all upset, and you're like, whoa, what was that? You've heard that. You've heard that.
Yeah, I think it's best that you clarify that was AJ Styles.
AJ Styles.
Just a random AJ.
Not AJ DeLesio.
Right. Thank you.
AJ Styles, a phenomenal one. Who's not a flat earther. He's just saying there's some things you might not understand.
I saw one of your favorite AJ said that he was going to come out tonight to help Punk. You remember AJ Francis? He used to be in WWE. Top Dollar?
Flop Dollar.
Yeah.
What happened to him? What does he want?
No, he just, I saw that he tweeted out that he was going to be the one, not AJ Lee.
Oh.
That was just to get attention, obviously. But he's an AJ, right? So.
Right. I thought he was just going to come to the defense of Punk in case Matt Riddle did a run-in.
Yeah, Matt Riddle is going through some tough times, it seems. Like, it feels like he always has, like, these rough days, and now he's having some more rough days, it seems.
He's saying some
But
rude things about CM Punk on the internet.
Oh, not just that.
And his
You
wife.
heard about the whole charity event? Like, he took the money and didn't show up? So
yeah, he no-showed a charity wrestling show and took the money, the payday, apparently.
And instead of talking about it, he just said, well, you guys can all go F yourselves. So, all right. I mean, you're a wonderful human being, Matt. All right.
That's not how you do business, brother. Yeah, Riddle seems to be going through something again.
Yeah, that's sad.
Mm-hmm. Dark Side of the Ring is coming on him. Coming for you, Matt Riddle. Dark Side of the Ring. Matt Riddle. So AJ's back. That's all good. Johnny's thrilled. He cannot wait for the rematch or the match or whatever it is. Wrestlepalooza. Because WWE really trying to stack this show. They invented this show out of nowhere to counter AEW's All Out. They were going to run it at the same time as AEW's All Out on September 20th. But then AEW this week said, not so fast, buddy. We're going to start our show instead of 7 p.m. It's going to be at 3 p.m. We're doing an afternoon show. So you're counter-programming to us. We're countering the counter-programming. It's a counter, double counter. They're running the double reverse on Triple H. Tony Khan pulling the old switcheroo. As the great Michael Scott would say, how the turntables. So I think that's a fun move. Fun move from AEW going, oh yeah? You want to run a show? You want to invent a whole show and put your biggest stars on? You want to do that to counter our pay-per-view? Well, how about we run early so then we're on before you? How about that? By the time your show rolls around, everybody's tired. Everybody's sick of wrestling. We might even run an 8-hour show to start before you and then run into your show, bleed into yours. AEW might run a 12-hour show, start before and after Wrestlepalooza.
I would not be surprised. I mean, it happened last time, and they just might do it again, that All Out will probably run into Wrestlepalooza. Because it's AEW, they go along anyways, so why not? Because Wrestlepalooza is supposed to start at 7. I would not be surprised that it goes at least till 7:30, All Out, just to spite WWE for trying to spite them. Now, as someone who's going to actually watch the pay-per-view, I'm actually happy I don't have to stay up until past midnight to watch it, so that's fantastic. However, if you bought a ticket to that and weren't expecting to go see an afternoon show, I'd be a little pissed, to be honest.
Maybe. Maybe you're like, meh. I mean, I don't know. If I had a ticket for September 20th, it was supposed to be at 7, and then all of a sudden they're like, actually, it's at 3, I'd go, nice. Cool. I'd be happy.
I mean, you kind of plan out stuff way in advance. So, I mean, maybe for some people it's better.
Especially if you have kids. You're bringing kids or you have kids. It's on a Sunday, I think.
Saturday.
Oh. Well, either way, you don't want to be up too late. I don't want to be up too late. I like early. Give me early. I'm fine with that. 3 o'clock in the afternoon is great. Plus, it's a smart move. No one was going to buy that pay-per-view. No one. Now they're giving themselves a shot. That's really what it is. It's about the pay-per-view buys. If you are going up against Brock Lesnar versus John Cena, and it's free on Netflix or free on ESPN, or it's not free. You got to pay for the ESPN thing in the States, right? It's like a streaming
You have to
service.
have ESPN. You have to have an ESPN subscription to get the ESPN Plus, I think, or something like that. In the States, we're good. We just have Netflix, so we're all right.
I'm saying that the buy rate would have been pretty low for AEW show had it gone head-to-head with WWE. Because WWE currently has Brock Lesnar versus John Cena, one-on-one, last time ever. They'll probably have AJ Lee's return match after many years away, teaming with her husband, CM Punk, to face Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins. Also, husband and wife team. And we also have, officially, Io Sky versus Stephanie Vaquet for the vacant women's world title that was vacated by Naomi when she got pregnant. It's a big show already. And AEW, for All Out right now, they've got 3 matches official. FTR versus Edge and Christian, which is cool. I'll give them that. That's cool. And then you've got Hurt Syndicate, Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin, and MVP. Is MVP wrestling again?
Yes.
Jeez. Versus Ricochet, and his GOA, Bishop Khan and Toa Leona. Which, like, I don't care about that at all. I don't need to see that on Dynamite, let alone on pay-per-view. And then they got Mercedes Moné versus Riho for the TBS title. Again, a match that feels like should be on TV and not on pay-per-view. So AEW so far doesn't have much. What's Hangman doing? Like, is he on this?
Oh, he's definitely going to be on it, but what's the match they're going to give him is the big question. Like, I thought maybe they were going to do Hangman versus Kenny, but maybe they'll actually do Hangman against possibly Kyle Fletcher. Because it feels like Hangman against the Don Callis family. Because Don Callis family, besides the Death Riders, they're the biggest faction right now. So I feel Hangman's going to be against one of their guys, I think.
Okada?
But Okada's already the unified champion.
So let's
Seems a little
unify
excessive.
let's do a real... I mean, you can't be the unified champion and then have a world champion. Like, I think you should unify the unified title with the world title. Do Hangman Okada. It's a stupid belt. It's unnecessary.
I'm actually okay with them, like, because they unified 2 mid-card titles. Like, I'm okay with that. Like, they only really needed that. They have a TV title. I mean, that's good. They're all right now.
So, I mean Fletcher and Hangman is not like a big draw match. Darby and Moxley is likely. It's not official, but I mean, it's probably going to happen. That's kind of fun.
Yeah. And still, like, they're not tag champions right now, but I wouldn't be surprised if FTR do become tag champs before All Out happens.
Yeah.
And that actually becomes a tag title match. I could see it happen.
Who are the tag champs right now? It's Brody King and Bandito?
That's right. They defended the titles this week on Dynamite successfully against the Death Riders.
Yeah. But, come on, man. You know? Let's get serious.
Well, it's just to give guys that I guess they really like Bandito a lot right now. I mean, he's also the ROH champion, so they get high on people. They get high on people. They really just throw everything on them. I mean, he's not the first double champion. I feel like they've had a couple multi-double champions now. Look at Mercedes Moné. Like, how many times? It's 9 now? Have you been keeping count of that? Like,
yeah, she's got 9 belts.
Yeah, I believe it's 9 now. Like, she's trying to beat Ultimate Dragon's 10, I guess, right?
That's cool. All sorts of different promotions around the world. It's fun. Why not? Yeah. And AEW main evented their Dynamite show this week with one of those all-star 8-man tags. I'm kind of burnt out from those matches. Every time they say all-star 8-man tag, I go, all right, playa. We're good.
They had a great moment, though, in that, where it came down to Hangman and Kenny on one side against the Bucks. That was a pretty good moment. I have to give them that, because that was a good flashback to one of their best matches. And if anything, too, I felt Kyle Fletcher, like, he really showed himself against Hangman. Like, I know you're not big on that match, but to me, I could definitely see Kyle, like, that match would be very good to have. They just got to build Kyle Fletcher up better, but I could definitely see him go toe-to-toe with Hangman one day.
Yeah, and even now, like, just to kind of elevate him and have the audience recognize him as a main event player, as a potential future champion, just to have a match, push Hangman to the limit, because I think physically, like, he's a very talented wrestler, and they can have a very good match. And maybe that is the match for Hangman at All Out, because, you know, it's a title defense. You expect Hangman to defend the title no matter who he faces, so why not have a good match with Fletcher and give Fletcher a bit of a rub by having him wrestle the world champ on pay-per-view? It's not a bad move. I don't hate it. It's just, I'm not, like, hyped about it, but it's like, yeah, it's a good progression for both guys. Another defense for Hangman. Fletcher gets elevated a bit. It serves the purpose.
But I agree. It doesn't, at this point right now, it doesn't feel like it's the biggest main event you could do. I think Hangman versus Kenny, that's what it has to be, I think, at All Out.
Doesn't look like they're going there, though. You know? And they need something big, because WWE's doing Brock Lesnar versus John Cena.
Pretty big match. It's really big. I'll give AEW a lot of credit, though. They have delivered on pay-per-view this year. So I have actually a bit of faith in them to pull this out. And in Canada, I think it's the best place to do it.
John Cena cut a promo tonight on SmackDown in Chicago. Crowd very hot for Cena, loving him, giving him all the thank you Cenas and all that stuff. Cena thanking the crowd, saying Chicago was the best wrestling crowd in the world, and he loved wrestling there and all that. And then Sami Zayn came out and got booed pretty heavily. And it didn't seem like it was just because he was showing up during a John Cena promo. Because they booed him at first, and then they kept booing him when he was talking. It was interesting. That doesn't happen to Sami Zayn. What's going on? Do you think it was just because he interrupted Cena and they love Cena so much that they would boo anybody? Or was there something more going on? Because it felt like they were also, like, annoyed with Sami in general.
I think they were just playing with him a bit. It's like they love Cena, so whoever Cena's against, they're just going to boo. I think that's it. Sami just came out. You're in the wrong place at the wrong time. So in Chicago, they're not going to love you. This is Cena's moment, and you're kind of taking Cena's moment away a bit. He kind of apologized, saying that he's not trying to interrupt him, but the fans didn't see it that way. They kind of booed him. But in the end, he won them back. He put over Cena, and he wanted the match there against Cena. So they were happy with that in the end. I think it's fine. Like, I wouldn't read too much into it.
It was just because it was more than once, you know? They kept booing him as he was talking. I was like, what is this? He's getting like a Dominic Mysterio reaction, and it's Sami Zayn. It was weird, but he did bring him back. But the match, was going on for a while, and you figured Well, Brock's going to show up here soon, right? Because the Wrestlepalooza is in 2 weeks. He's got to set this up. He's going to show up at some point. Felt like a big night. Everybody expected AJ Lee to show up in the main event. And you're just kind of waiting for Brock, and then eventually Brock shows up. Cena hit a super attitude adjustment off the top rope on Sami Zayn that sent Sami from one corner of the ring to the other. He went flying. And that was kind of the end of the match because Brock Lesnar showed up afterwards and hit John Cena with a bunch of F5s and made Cena versus Brock official for Wrestlepalooza. But that attitude adjustment that Sami took was amazing. What a crazy bump. He went flying.
Oh, the bump was very good. And I thought Sammy did the best that he could in that match. Cena looked very slow in that match, sluggish at times.
Yeah.
I mean, his bumping was very, very bad. His ball spot's coming back really bad. Like, I thought it was bad at Clash at Paris, and now it's really getting bad at SmackDown.
Stop bullying him for something he can't control, John. Stop being rude to John Cena.
He was trying to control it because he was actually controlling it before. You could tell it was working, and now it's not working. So
shameful, John.
Hey, maybe
what would Larry David say about you right now? He'd be disgusted.
I think he would tell Cena, maybe just shave your head. It wouldn't look so bad if you shaved your head a bit. But he grows out his hair too much that it stands out. So maybe he's got to work on that. But either way, like, he's got to work on the bumping. He's very slow in that ring.
I don't think he's got to work on the bumping. I think he's almost done bumping. He doesn't have to work on anything. He's like winding down.
When he messed up the leapfrog and it looked like
and it hit him in the head.
And the ref was like so scared for Cena. You could tell like
it looked bad.
Still the golden goose. Yeah, well, it happens, like little flubs happen. And Cena's not the best wrestler in the world, so it actually happens more often than not with him. So I'm not too surprised. But man, like that ref, every time Cena like fell down, like the ref was like checking, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" Like a coddling like a child. Like it was kind of sad and pathetic. And I thought the referee was also horrendous. Where after Cena nailed that super attitude adjustment off the top, what does the ref do? Like no standing count or anything. Just holds his hands up on his head like, "Oh no," and drops to his knees. And then, of course, dropping to your knees will, of course, have Brock Lesnar music come on. I'm like, this is the dumbest stuff in the world. Like, we go from an actual match to just dramatic, stupid performances from the referee, no less. It took me out of the match quite a bit. I'm glad Brock beat the crap out of everybody, especially that ref. He deserved it.
That's the WWE in 2025. It's wrestling, and then it's something else.
This is why it's great that Brock's back, because Brock brings that whole like real like attitude like when you have from wrestlers.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you. That was odd.
Welcome, new member Starlene, new member of the team. That's nice. Shout out Angelo, member over at join.ringsidereport.net. You can support over at join.ringsidereport.net and membership.ringsidereport.net. Also, check out our website, ringsidereport.net. There's a lot of cool stuff over on our website, ringsidereport.net, pro wrestling news, MMA analysis, breakdowns from all our shows here on the Ringside Report Network. There's so much stuff going on over on our website. We do encourage you to check it out, ringsidereport.net. I think that's it, man. Like, I don't know. What else is going on?
Well, we haven't really even talked about the Clash in Paris. Like, boy, we kind of mentioned little things here and there, but not many things. Like, I don't know what you thought about it.
That was
overall,
ages ago. When was that even?
Ago.
I didn't even watch it. I was at my cousin's wedding.
It was Sunday, and I thought it was very bad. I thought, like, for 30,000 people, I'd be very disappointed for what they pulled off. Now, granted, the fans were a little bit crazy before the show, Swarming wrestlers, not the best idea.
No. Come on.
That's bad. Don't do that. Like you talked last week saying France is the great wrestling fan base. I think they took a big hit with videos like that coming out. That was pretty bad.
Yeah. Some fans were getting way too close to Rhea Ripley, and they were trampling each other, trying to get to Sheamus. Like, the wrestling fans in France did not behave themselves. It was ugly. Ugly behavior.
And it's going to ruin it for the rest of us now, because now you're going to see more wrestlers with security around. It's going to be a lot harder to pull that stuff off now. Like, the wrestlers try to be nice to people, but there's only so many times that can happen before they're like, oh, well, too bad. No more being friendly with you people now.
You know, we were walking to our ride after SmackDown when SmackDown was here, and we're walking, and then I see this lady pull in a bag, like a luggage bag. Okay. And I look at her, and I'm like, huh, it's Roxanne Perez. No, not Roxanne Perez. Sorry, Raquel Rodriguez. So we're walking by Raquel, and I go, oh, Raquel. And she's like, hey, guys. And we say, hi, Raquel. Good show. And then we kept walking. We never even stopped walking. We're like, hello, Raquel. Nice to see you. We recognize you, and we say goodbye. Like, it was, and I think, wrestling fans need to do that more. Just be like, oh, hello, you're that person. I just saw you wrestle like 2 minutes ago against Bayley. How are you already in street clothes? I didn't say any of that. I just said, oh, hey, Raquel. And then we just kept walking. She said hi. We said hi as we crossed paths. We didn't crowd her. We didn't ask for a picture. We didn't try to get anything from her. We just saw her, said hello, said good job, nice job, and then kept going. Why can't you just do that to Rhea Ripley or to Sheamus? You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand this need to, like, get close and to, like, you need the picture, and it's just, and everybody's rushing. Like, if you so happen to be in a situation where a picture is appropriate, go for it. But just because you're seeing this person and other people are seeing this person and you're crowding around them, it's not the time for, like, a nice photo. No one's enjoying that. It's just not the time. Like, be appropriate. If you see some of these people and they're walking to a car, let them walk to a car. Don't get near them and be like, oh, can I get a... No. Like, it's just, I don't understand that mentality of, like, crowding around people and, I would be so embarrassed to ask for that. Like, I would never in a million years ask Raquel Rodriguez for a picture after her show that she just worked and now she's, like, walking to her hotel or whatever. Like, she's tired. Like, I'd feel rude to do that. But some of these people have no shame. They're just like, oh, I need this for my Instagram or whatever, It's not cool.
Well, I think that some of them lose their shame when they're paying almost $3,000 for a ticket. I think some of them feel they're entitled to just walk all over people. And sadly, like, as much as it's terrible that they're charging so much for a ticket, it still doesn't give you the right to pretty much grope any wrestler you want.
Yeah. Yeah. Clash in Paris, from what I saw, wasn't great. Roman beat Bronson and then got beat up afterwards, so kind of a wash there. And then he got put in an ambulance. So Roman's hurt or, whatever.
The Street Fighter movie.
Okay, there you go. He's written off for a bit. And then Heyman, too, got, like, attacked by Roman. So maybe he's written off for a bit? I don't know.
He's been going for a while.
Yeah.
Give him some time off.
So Roman won that match, which I expected him to, but then he got beat up afterwards. which is kind of a bummer because it's like when he does come back, you'll have to get revenge on those same guys he just wrestled and beat. And then the Wyatts defended their tag titles against the Street Profits, which was not good.
I mean, it wasn't bad, but it's a match that could have happened on SmackDown. And, it was what it was.
And if it happened on SmackDown, I wouldn't have even mentioned it. I've been like, oh yeah, this happened. It's just a match that happened. Nothing special.
Well, they did tease at the Profits. There was a little bit of problems with them, so there was that.
Mm-hmm.
If you can read into that, or if you care to read into that.
No, I don't care about that. Like Dawkins and Montez having problems. Like, who wants a singles run from either of those guys? Could we keep them as a team? This is not good.
I think with Ford, people want that singles run, just because I think
they're wrong.
Well, I think a lot of people see something in them. Like
they're wrong.
We were there for Elimination Chamber, and
yes.
I was like, yeah, I don't.
They
see
tried
it.
this already with him.
Yeah.
Didn't work. Won't work. Not good. Becky beat Nikki Bella to retain the Intercontinental title at Clash in Paris. I mean, this was just messy. Nikki is... I mean, it was a mess. It was not good. Many mistakes.
I saw some people write that it's the worst match they saw this year. And I'm like, I think I've seen worse matches. It wasn't that bad, but it was easily the worst match on that show. And I think very disappointing. Because if it's Becky Lynch defending her championship, it's got to at least be somewhat of a decent caliber. And I don't think it ever reached the level that it needed to. I think it was far below what it should have been.
Mm-hmm. And Nikki Bella hasn't really shown that she's able to do this anymore.
I think she can't. It's just limited. Like, in that kind of environment. Like, that match was, what, almost 20 minutes?
13.
This is a big problem, too, with the
13.
A huge problem. Well, I felt like it was almost 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So long. Like, and that was a huge problem with this whole show. Like, it felt like it was almost 4 hours long. 6 matches. What are we doing here? Like, and I like Roman and Bronson Reed. I thought it was all right, but like over 20 minutes, that match, that was ridiculous. That doesn't need to be that long. And Nikki and Becky, the second Nikki missed that kick off the second and into absolute nothing, it just felt the air got sucked out of the room. And it just felt everyone didn't care afterwards. And I don't even know if they cared afterwards, or they were trying to fix up their problems. And Becky with the slamming her hands on both tables, like awkwardly, it just felt like an absolute debacle of a match.
And it was a show that was, again, from WWE, just way too long. Too many video packages, too much waiting around. It was a 4-hour show, but there was only about 2 hours of actual wrestling time.
It shouldn't happen. There's no reason for that. I get it's in the afternoon, so they feel like, oh, we can just do what we want here.
Come on.
And it's like, we got 30,000 people here. If anything, I was dreading watching Raw. I think I enjoyed Raw more than I enjoyed the PLE, actually.
I like Becky slapping Punk on Raw and on SmackDown tonight. She slapped him a lot, and some of them looked good.
Well, I don't understand the whole like rubbing her head on the chest thing. Like, what is that supposed to do? That looks like the dumbest thing in the world.
Just getting in his face, bullying.
It looks so stupid.
Bully time.
Someone did that to you? Like, are you kidding me? Like, would you just laugh at them? Like,
yeah, I would. It's funny. Whatever.
And a woman does that to you too. I'm sure you would really laugh.
I might like it. Rusev beat Sheamus in the Donnybrook match. I thought this was the best match on the show.
Easily.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, without question. It definitely delivered.
Slobber
This
knocker.
was, I was like, I thought they were turning the ship on this one. I was like, oh, the show, this could work out. What a great match, physical, back and forth. Like the barrels kind of seemed a little ridiculous. I mean, it was all right with the table spot. I like the whole back and forth, good false finishes, very good false finishes, and Rusev winning, not a big surprise, but Sheamus looked good in the loss, I thought.
Yeah, Sheamus is a future Hall of Famer. He's great. Tough as nails.
And Rusev kind of needed this one too. I feel like if he would have lost, Rusev kind of would have got lost a bit. I don't think it hurt Sheamus that much losing.
They brought the violence.
They brought the only true excitement I got off that PLE.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was really good. And they're old friends too, and you could tell in that match they're really, giving it to each other because they trust each other. Good chemistry between those guys. Good stuff. Match of the night. On 10, what are you giving that thing? I'd give it about a 6. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't particularly good. Maybe 5.5? 5.5-ish?
I give it a 5 easy. And I think I'm being nice when I give it a 5, to be honest.
Yeah. It wasn't good. But the Sheamus, I think I'm giving it a bit of I'll give it an extra 0.5, 5.5, because I didn't hate Cena and Logan Paul. I thought Cena did some fun stuff. The Styles Clash and, whatever, bringing in out some stuff.
This now, huh? Oh, boy. Well,
I
here
mean,
we go.
Cena was, doing some moves, paying tribute. He was doing some angle slams and the ankle lock tonight, paying tribute to Kurt Angle because Cena debuted in Chicago in that building against Kurt Angle. So he was, doing a little tribute tonight to Angle, which I thought was cool. And he was paying tribute to AJ Styles in the match against Logan Paul, which I thought was cool. Like, I thought Cena did better in that match than I expected him to. Like, I thought Cena and Logan Paul was better than expected. It wasn't great, but it wasn't a total disaster, which it could have easily been.
I just felt it was getting lazy. Like, it's just the same thing over and over. Like, how long is that match? Close to 30 minutes?
It was too long.
Thank you.
But keeping it simple, I think, is the move, though, because they should have cut it by like 8 to 10 minutes. But, keeping it simple in that match is, you have to. Because if you complicate things, they're going to go wrong.
My main problem is just the psychology of the match. Is the first opening minute, like Logan Paul knocks down Cena, and Cena's just the dead whale pretty much throughout the whole match, just trying to survive and just like, Logan Paul throws him around, and we're only a minute in. The match just drags so much. And yes, Cena gets this classic comeback stuff and spam the finishers. The formula is so boring and stale so quick. But people eat it up because it's just, let's just hit the same things over and over. And now let's do other people's finish that will have people kicking out of. So their finishes are crap because they're just part of the spamming finishers now.
Yeah. But Cena at this point is kind of like, he's a band on his last tour. He's playing all the hits and he's playing some covers. Like, I don't hate it. It's like, I know what to expect. I know his physical limitations, and what he's doing with it is kind of fun.
You're trying to find the bright side on this, and like, that's fine. You're not really wrong. It doesn't need to be almost 30 minutes long. That
Correct.
is the biggest problem, and it makes me resent it actually when it's that long.
It was the longest match on the show.
And it shouldn't be. It really shouldn't.
No. The world title match probably should have. It was the second longest match on the show. 24 minutes, 29 seconds. Seth Rollins beating CM Punk, Jey Uso, and LA Knight. Punk had Rollins beat again. And what happened? Becky Lynch shows up and punches CM Punk in his balls, which leads to Seth getting the win and retaining the title. Becky getting involved, and then you saw AJ Lee. You saw Becky cutting a promo on Punk and slapping him around on Raw. And then AJ Lee coming out and attacking Becky tonight on SmackDown, defending her husband. And, of course, that match last week with Becky, setting up everything that's happened with Becky and AJ and Punk and Seth this week, setting up Wrestlepalooza on September 20th in a couple of weeks when Becky and Seth will wrestle Punk and AJ. The match was, was what it was. It was okay.
It was all right. It had its moments. Again, I just felt a little too long, and the finish was a little puzzling. Why was Becky dressed up as a ninja? Why did we have to have that exactly?
The reveal that it was Becky all along, I don't know why. That's just what they do now. They're like, come in a hood and a mask, and then do the thing, and then reveal yourself, and people will go, oh! I guess they want that pop.
To be honest, if they had AJ Lee have done that tonight instead of doing the introduction, she just comes out randomly, attacks Becky.
Yeah.
I think that would have been gigantic because, no one usually sees that. But when it's Becky doing it, it's to me, that's a wet fart.
Yeah, when that person showed up, when Becky showed up, you knew it was Becky. She didn't have to take that hood off. Just the build and the logic, right?
It's just it's insulting for a surprise for me. I think for a lot of people when they watch that.
Yeah. Punk said, lucky for you, Becky, I don't hit women. But then he was like, what did he say? I have backup or something? I was waiting for that glass to break. Hell yeah. You know who hits women? What? Stone Cold. What?
I thought you were going to mention Jeff Jarrett too, but...
Nah, he's not over. I want somebody that's over. Punk and Stone Cold versus Becky and Seth. Wrestlepalooza, brother. Stone Cold's gonna stomp a mud hole in Becky Lynch and walk it dry.
Yeah, they ain't getting Austin for this one.
No.
And by the way, did you notice, for whatever reason, they announced that now Michael Cole and Corey Graves are the announcing team for SmackDown?
Are they?
I guess you didn't really care. No, they weren't at all, actually. Remember, it was Joe Tessitore and Wade Barrett? That was the SmackDown. And, Corey and Cole were on Raw.
Aren't they still on Raw?
Because they were not, in North America, so they had Wade Barrett, right? When they were in Paris.
Okay.
So, I guess they just did Cole and Barrett because they were there, but usually it's Graves and Cole or McAfee, right? But now they said for the next couple of months it's going to be Cole and Graves on SmackDown.
And Cole and Graves on Raw?
I'm not sure exactly what's happening with that. Is Joe Tessitore just doing ESPN now, possibly, or has there been that switch? I'm not sure. Is McAfee coming back?
I hope neither of them come back.
Just give us so much Michael Cole, who can't even remember what an angle slam is. Let's just have him shoved down our throats.
Let's get rid of Michael Cole, too.
I wish.
Let's get rid of all of them, really. I don't think any of them are very good, so.
I'll say something that I think you'll like a lot. I really think Bryan Danielson needs to come back and just do commentating, because I think he helped a lot. He adds a lot.
Yeah.
So it'd be good if he came back.
I agree. He's the best. For AEW or WWE?
Well, I think in just that setting, against Excalibur and Shivani, he's a good counter with them. Even with Taz, actually, I think he's a good counter. Because Taz can bring something up and Bryan can still add something different.
Mm-hmm. Somebody that WWE is like picking up apparently soon, Chris Jericho, also very good on commentary. And probably winding down his wrestling days. If WWE wanted to make Jericho like a full-time commentary guy, do it like Michael Cole and Chris Jericho are on commentary for Raw from now on. That's good.
But I heard the latest from Jericho. Like, he said he's still with AEW right now. So he's still going to promote that, and I think he's going to give them the opportunity to re-sign him if they can.
Okay.
If they want to.
Interesting.
I mean, I think
Could
obviously he'll take the best deal. Oh, of course it could. I mean, it's Jericho, right? It could be working so many different ways.
Mm-hmm.
Of course. But I think either way, Jericho takes the best deal. Who's going to give him the best deal? That's where I wonder about him going back to WWE. I don't know if WWE will give him the best deal.
Angelo Contagonis says Joe Tessitore is focused on college football. He also says McAfee's supposed to come back for Wrestlepalooza, but that's probably a one-time thing because it's in Indianapolis, and is he from there or something? He played football there?
I believe he played for the Colts, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. So I think that's probably the reason, right?
Makes a lot of sense, and maybe just an appearance kind of thing. I mean, it's not easy being on the road. And he has to do his own show as well, so I'm sure that's tough on him.
Yeah. My heart breaks for Pat McAfee. I mean, it doesn't at all.
I mean, I think he had his run. He had his little thing, and he just kind of became kind of repetitive, and he's fine for what he is, but I mean, Corey Graves is just as good, if not better.
Yeah, McAfee, he was repetitive, and I didn't like hearing it the first time. So it was like, this is enough. Every line, I was like, come on, dude. That's it. I've run out of steam, John. We got nothing. Nothing left. We're done. I'm going to just keep burying Pat McAfee if we keep going. We should call it a night before anything gets out of hand. Okay, the Yankees lost to the Blue Jays quite terribly tonight. It sucks. I don't know why you're cheering. I mean, the Red Sox didn't gain any ground. So shut up. I mean, Red Sox are in third place now. Yankees took
a game.
Whatever. The Yankees are in second. The Red Sox are in third. Like, I don't know why you're celebrating the Blue Jays' victory. You should be in the same boat as me, rooting against the Blue Jays together. Yankees and Red Sox together on this rare time where we just, both fan bases just hate on the Blue Jays. But, you know, Red Sox fans just refuse to do that because they're just so, you know, entrenched in hating the Yankees that they can't fathom anything else, while the Yankees go, oh, the Red Sox still exist?
I think you need to look at it in the sense of, like, who's closer? As you see, it's only like a game or something, game and a half or something like that between the Red Sox and Yankees. So it's obviously a better thing for the Red Sox that the Yankees lose. Gives the Red Sox a better wild card spot. Once you get past that, then you start thinking about the Blue Jays. But one thing at a time here. Got to get that ground against the Yankees. Want to secure that home field advantage for the wild card.
Well, don't hope for any ground covered tonight, John. Red Sox currently in the fifth inning in Arizona, losing 5-1 to the D-backs. So, take that.
Losing Roman Anthony hurt a lot.
Yep.
I think I mean, even you obviously can tell. So
that's a shame.
It's tough, but they're going to have to learn to bounce back. I mean, and they have bounced back before. Unlike some other teams that are losing 5-6-1, just kind of give up. The Red Sox aren't that kind of team, so it's not over yet for them. And they can still win this series, so I'm not worried.
5-1 right now.
Yeah, again, the series is important. If I was you, I'd be a little bit worried about just trying to win a game against the Blue Jays at this point because it looks pretty bad. And I don't know about you, Jeter, like back in right field, that was a bad idea.
Judge.
Yeah, Judge. Why am I saying Jeter again? Because Jeter's always like talking about how great they are, and yet they're not that great. He said they were going to the World Series. How's that
He's trying to
working
light
out?
a fire.
Well, that's not going to work too well.
I mean, they still might. That's the weird thing about it, is that the American League, you know, anything can happen. As long as they make it into the playoffs, like, you never know. The Yankees could get hot. They could play. You know, I mean, they just took 2 out of 3 from Houston. Houston is a good team. Let's not act like the Yankees are totally garbage. Houston is first place in the West, and the Yankees took 2 out of 3 in Houston. I just saw it last night. They beat Houston. So, you know, like, let's chill. The Yankees can pretty much beat everybody except the Red Sox and Blue Jays. Like, they're beating pretty much everybody. I wouldn't be surprised if they played the Tigers next and won at least 2 out of 3 from them, but got swept by the Blue Jays because for some reason they just can't beat the Jays, can't beat the Red Sox. But if they can avoid them in the playoffs, like, yeah, why couldn't they go to the World Series? If they don't have to play them, if the Jays or Red Sox get eliminated by somebody, like, you know, weird things happen. The Jays are gonna fall apart in the playoffs. You can bank on it. Schneider's going to screw something up, some sort of pitching decision, and they will fail. So that's just going to happen. The Red Sox, I mean, I don't know if they're built to last. Roman Anthony's hurt and everything, like you said. The Yankees obviously suck, but, you know, shitty teams go to the World Series sometimes. And they swept Philadelphia early in the season, so, hey, if we face the Phillies, maybe we got a shot. If we face the Dodgers, we're fucked. Again, for sure. They've got our number. But I'm just saying, like, yeah, the Yankees suck. I don't believe in them. I love them. I want them to win. I have hope, but I don't have, like, real belief. But it was nice to see them take 2 or 3 from Houston. It was something. Shows that it's possible. Shows that they can go in and beat a good team. Because they were playing the Nationals and the White Sox for, like, a week and a half. And they beat the hell out of them, but that's, like, not impressive. Play a good team, see what happens. They played a good team, first place in the West, and they won the series on the road. But the Jays, kryptonite. Which makes the Yankees
that's gonna be tough for them.
Superman. Okay? And Superman wins in the end, even though kryptonite exists. Superman does get to win.
No, not in every reality, actually. So sometimes he loses, actually.
All right, nerd over here with your fucking comic books. What do you know, fucking?
But it doesn't matter. Like
my Superman, the Patriot, Dean Cain, he always won on that show with Terry Hatcher.
Yeah, not a lot of people like Dean Cain anymore, so that's a terrible example.
I know, it's pretty funny, yeah. But Terry Hatcher, I mean, everybody still loves her, right? I hope. We should love her.
By the way, like, I think Becky said that the Chicago Cubs suck.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Yeah, they're pretty good. Like,
but they're not first place in the Central. The Brewers are very good.
They don't suck, though. Like,
no, they don't suck. 5.5 back. 81-60 is a pretty good record, though. They're a solid team. Ooh, Yanks and Red Sox are in a dead heat right now. They're tied. 78-63, but if the Red Sox lose tonight, they'd be 78-64, so they'd be like a half a game back. Whew.
Still got another 3-game series, too.
Yeah, Cubs currently with the top wild card spot in the National League, so they don't suck. I don't know about the other teams she was talking about. The Bears, the Bulls. I know the White Sox suck. Yeah. I know that. So she was right about that, but I don't know about the other teams she mentioned because I don't watch those sports. Do they suck?
Well, again, the Bulls, I mean, they aren't the Bulls that they used to be of the 90s, obviously. Not even close. I think it's been a while since they even came close to trying to match something like that. So, hey, she's not too wrong that the Bears aren't that good either. But again, like, what's the great thing about the Blackhawks are pretty bad too, actually. There's some things about Chicago that's not so great, but again, the Cubs, and maybe because Punk was at the Cubs game singing songs or at the first pitch, maybe that's why Becky mentioned the Cubs.
Yeah, Cubs are good. Cubs are good.
Well, good luck. I mean, yeah, I actually wouldn't mind if the Yankees could beat the Blue Jays once. I think that might actually work out well, possibly, but I wouldn't hold my breath on that one.
Yeah, they've had a lot of trouble beating them at all this year. I know that all too well. Hopefully they'll take the next two, though. Let's go. Let's go, Yankees. Come on. All right. We'll be back at some point in the future. John, we're going to see the Deftones on Monday. Are you ready?
I hope so.
What do you mean you hope so?
I mean, everything can, change in an instant, so let's hope it works out.
Are you doubtful now?
I'm always doubtful, but, I'm hopeful.
Well, I have tickets, so what are you going to do here?
Well, I'm hopeful. That's it. I'm hopeful. Let's hope it all works out.
We got VIP tickets, bro.
Gotta be there early, too, so yeah. Gotta hope it works out.
We get free stuff. There's merch. Free merch.
Free stuff is always great. I like free stuff.
I mean, it's not free. I paid for it, but still, it's free for us, technically. Well, not... You know what I mean. It comes with the ticket.
That's pretty cool.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Thank you to Lior. Thank you to Angelo. Thank you to Harold Schneider, Super Chat Leader of the Night. You can support over at join.ringsidereport.net, membership.ringsidereport.net. Go to our website, ringsidereport.net. It's the best. All the things, all the news, all the info, martial arts, MMA, WWE, AEW, UFC, pro wrestling, jiu-jitsu, judo, Muay Thai, whatever you want. Boxing. We got it. ringsidereport.net. ringsidereport.net, the online home of the Ringside Report Network. The parent company of this show, Wrestling Uncensored.
Thanks for sticking with us to the end. We would really appreciate it if you could help us spread the word.
You know the drill. Hit that subscribe button. Flip those notification switches.
We are an audience-supported network, so consider becoming a recurring supporter at membership.ringsidereport.net. Check out our website at ringsidereport.net. Hope to see you again next time, and have a good night.